Hello, and thank you for joining us here at Echoes from the Edge podcast. My name is Bastow. I'm here with my homeboy Teishi,
Yo, what's up?
and today we are gonna be. Who are we talking to today, man?
We're talking to my friend Wavy.
True.
Wavy. What's up, Wavy? How you
Yo,
doing?
What's going on with it? What's up? Chilling.
Well, why are we talking to Wavy today? What makes Wavy?
Um, I've been through some waves in my life. I used to live in Japan. I've experienced like the highest highs and the lowest lows of that country. Um, I also bounced around to Philippines, Thailand, and South Korea. But mostly my time was spent in Japan. I ended up there through the military at first. I was in the Navy, and then I got out the Navy in 2016 and then just went back there as a civilian, started rapping, trapping, was just out there with the shits and got into some trouble. But somehow, some way, it turned out good, which is why the story's so crazy. But uh, yeah, man, was in jail twice in Japan. It's just crazy.
You getting locked up for? What were you getting?
Just it was always a drug charge.
Eesh.
So how it started out was I was doing my thing. Somebody snitched on me out there. The police had a warrant. They came in my crib at like 7 in the morning, bro. Woke me up and everything. Started searching everything. They found about 40 grams of weed, like 3 tabs of LSD, and then like a point five of some coke. So
that,
they instantly, yeah, and
that
that
ain't
was
getting caught in America with drugs, is it? It's like way different there, isn't it?
it's way different. So it don't really matter the amount per se. Even if I had 1 gram of weed, it would have been 1 year for weed. So you got a weed charge, and then you got uh they put cocaine and LSD under the same charge. So they gave me 2 years for the first time I got locked up, but it was
Jesus.
suspended sentence. It was a suspended sentence, meaning I didn't have to serve the time. So, but if I was going to stay in that country, if I get caught again, that 2 years is going to be put onto whatever else I get convicted of.
So
You
was
feel me?
was that the first time you ever got in trouble, man? Like the first time you've ever really got in trouble?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the most part, yeah. In my life, my record in the states was pretty clean. Never really had no issues. But yeah, that was the first time I really got into some situations with the police, like some real situations.
So,
Um,
like, how did you get involved in drugs in Japan, anyways? Like, it's hard to find that out there, ain't it?
yeah, so I mean, for me, I was really interested in like the back streets, like the places that like the bad people go in Japan, not like the places where foreigners weren't welcome because they have those too, but it's just like different clubs, hip hop spots. You go in there, you emit a cool aura. Motherfuckers want to fuck with you. They just you as an American, they just come up to you, they start talking to you, they start rapping with you, see what time type of timing you're on. And before I knew it, bro, I was meeting everybody with everything, bro. Going down to Osaka, taking trips, fucking around Mount Fuji and shit. Doing having orgies in the group sex
What?
hotels. They got sex hotels out there. It's crazy. All different themes too, and they have orgy ones too. I was in the orgy one. Um,
Man, you can't be glossing over these stories, man. You gotta like slow it down a little bit, tell us
yeah.
like so wait a minute. So you getting are you getting involved with like the Yakuza type thing or like you just
So
the underworld, right? Or
right. So for me personally, I met it just so happened to be that I met a lot of just independent, not gang affiliated hustlers, bro.
mhm.
And shout out my boy Pong, shout out my boy Mirio. They both make music in Japan too. Um, but they just was doing their thing without the gang presence or without any kind of affiliation with that. And I actually was like, wow, that's really I looked up to it because they taking a step because you know how it be like if you step on people's toes, they can get all agitated, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they taking more risk doing it that way. And because they control the whole import, export, they control a lot. They got their hands in a lot of shit,
I mean,
you know.
what kind of money movement are we talking about? Like what bracket are we in as far as the money that these cats are making?
They're selling zips. They're selling zips of fucking weed, of meth. No, not meth. They didn't really fuck with that. But coke, LSDs. Um, they're probably have like 100 grand saved up.
Hmm.
Real talk. You
What
know what I mean?
what were you doing out in Japan again?
Um, so I started off in the military, like I said,
Hmm.
and then I came back as a civilian. I was teaching English at first for a little bit, and then I was DJing. I was rapping and trapping. Like I had when I before I came back to Japan, I had a shorty too. I ended up getting married too.
Hmm.
So
To a
I,
Jap.
I had my shorty out there. She was cutting for me. She was a real Japanese wife. She took care of a young bull like in different ways, man. She had her own nail spot too. Uh, she was a real one, bro. I fucked that up.
Damn. Sorry
But
to hear
she testified for me and everything. She was on the stand for me. It's a long story, but that was a once in a lifetime love for real. But it's better than loved and lost, never loved at all. But
it's true, man. So
yeah,
so you're out in Japan trapping, right?
yeah.
What what was your first sign of like getting into any trouble or getting into like some heat on you?
I would hear little things, like people getting locked up,
Hmm.
and this is like 2018, like the beginning of 2018, and I had a clean run. I had nothing happen yet. I was selling a gram of weed for $60, bro. More like a point
Oof.
eight for $60.
Jesus.
Sheesh.
Yeah, that's how the prices was out there. So people was buying it, like they couldn't get it. It was supply and demand, and I'm right outside the military base, so But once the military dudes get popped or they get busted, they get to run in their mouth. Or when somebody snitched on me, it's no loyalty in that shit, bro. For real. Um, I instantly could tell, like, even some of the bars I would go into, like they would act weird when I pulled up. You know what I mean? And it was just like it felt different. It felt
Mm.
like everybody knew I was hustling. Like everybody,
Were
as soon as they see me, they're like, "Oh, he's the one with the bag." I'm like, "Damn."
so
It was
like
just
were you real fluent in Japanese, or like how did you know, or like was it just like vibes that you felt like that you knew that like something might
like
be going on?
I can converse. I'm not real fluent, but I can have a conversation with people and generally understand what they're saying. This was from more like because right outside where I lived, it was called Yokosuka. It's a military kind of like hub. So all the bars out there, and it's like 50 to 100 bars. It's called the Haunch. It's just a bunch of military people in there mixed with the Japanese culture. So they cater to Americans per se. So a lot of Japanese out there do speak English, and it's easy to blend in with it because they learn English in school. Like how we learn French or Spanish, they learn English right off the bat. So a lot of them do speak English.
That's got to be tough, like being in a different country trying to do something illegal like that. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
scary, right? So
yeah.
yeah.
you never got did you ever have a run in with the police at all, or did you get out of there?
How you get caught up out there is when you're out drinking and you're partying. If you're in Tokyo, the police come up to you and search you straight up, run your pockets, check everything in your pockets, and pat you down, try and like pat your dick to make sure there's nothing in there. But so you got to keep that shit under your balls in some compression shorts to be keeping a sack out there. Like that's
Wow,
just rule number one. Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
Uh,
and I had plenty of close interactions with them searching me, and I had this shit right there the whole time, and like trying to finesse me, and I had to stay cool, stay calm, and just ride that shit out.
all right. Well, I mean, man, what the idea of the show is kind of like we're looking for people's most grimiest story. If essentially
Mm,
what you'd be pretty embarrassed to come out and say in a public room, in a public setting.
I got a couple
But
of those for you.
all right, well, I mean, please don't hold back, man. Let's hear it. Let's hear the
Fucking
grime.
So the second time I was locked up, this old man came in. He was drunk as fuck. And as soon as he got in the room, he shit in his bed. They give you they give you a futon. It's like a thin mat. It's like this thick and probably like, long as your body can lay down on it. And a little ass pillow. He shit in his bed and he got up. He's like, oh shit. He got up, went to the bathroom. It's me and two other dudes in there, right?
Hmm.
He got up, went to the bathroom, shitted all over the wall, all over the floor, all over the joint. The whole room smelled like shit, bro. Then the officers came and tried to make us clean that shit up, bro.
You guys clean that shit up?
Yeah. They pulled him out and was like, y'all gotta clean that shit up. This is your room. Cause we had to vacuum and
Fuck
clean the room every
that.
day.
Fuck that. Fuck that guy, number
Bro,
one.
I got in a fight with one of the guards, bro.
Yeah.
Whew.
So what happened?
And so he rushed me, he headbutted me, and I pushed him off like as hard as I could. And he ended up like tearing my shirt down, which left some marks on my back. Because he tried to grab my shirt. When I pushed him, my shirt ripped, and then fucking it made some red marks on my joint. So I showed that to my lawyer and got his ass hemmed up. Because he hit me with a headbutt first. Everybody seen it. He didn't have to do that. Once he headbutt me, I pushed him. And that's how that was.
Did you end up? Who cleaned the shit?
The other two dudes in the room, I didn't touch it.
You didn't touch it, huh?
I don't know. They wasn't gonna hold me.
Did you have when that guy came back? Did you fuck him up, or like did you have any beef with him or anything?
Nah,
like that?
man, we had hella beef, bro. He was a dirty, grimy dude, man. He always made a mess in his room, well, our room. Whenever he eat, he spills shit out his mouth all over the floor because you eat on the floor. They put a little tatami mat on the floor too, like a little bamboo mat, and they put your little trays out, on there,
What's the
and y'all just
tatami
eat
mat?
crisscross applesauce. It's like a little thin bamboo,
Eating mat?
yeah, little eating mat, and you eat with those. Some days it'll be cold rice and fish heads. The
Really?
rice is always cold, yeah, and then you just get mad dishes that you don't like as an American. Your palate, even though I lived out there, it's like their extreme Japanese culture of food. You know what I'm saying? It's like traditional Japanese meals. Like it's a little different. Like
We got ham and cheese and peanut butter jelly in our jail.
right,
So,
right.
We got
They
the
got fish
nasty ham
heads.
they just got
sandwiches.
rice and fish kind of thing. Fish head, raw
Yeah,
fish, and fucking cold rice. That's
I'm used to
yeah.
shiny roast beef sandwiches, man.
Shit, bro. You ain't never gonna
shiny
get
roast
that
beef
out there.
sandwiches.
Yeah, you
Jeez.
know the things that look like
Yeah.
got rainbow colors in
Like
them. They give
exactly
you
the
in the
green
jail.
and shit. You know, little green. I know
Yeah.
exactly the type. All right, so you got into a fight with a guard.
Yeah, I got
Um,
into a fight with the guard while I was there.
did that fuck you up? As far as like that guard, did he come back looking for retaliation?
Yeah,
Was he
yeah, he came back always on my ass, always
right?
yelling at me for some shit, always trying to do exercise his power to the full extent.
And this
Until he got in trouble.
and this is all in Japanese as well, right?
Yeah.
Man, I can't even imagine that. Really,
So
somebody
let me
yelling at
tell
you.
you one thing. Let me tell you one thing. You ever heard of the Nissan tycoon Carlos Ghosn?
No,
You
yes,
remember him? He was caught like embezzling funds or something.
okay,
Look him up. Carlos Ghosn. It's a
okay.
Gohsn. He was actually in the jail the same time as me. We had the same lawyer. This man was extradited. They brought him out while he was on bail because Japan uses a hostage justice system. It's where basically they deny you bail and they make you sit for the entire length of how long it takes to get justice for you. So you're a hostage. They don't let you leave jail. Any Americans don't get bail. It's unheard of. Not just Americans, foreigners in general. They don't get bail. So in this hostage justice system, he was paying millions of dollars trying to get out of the jail, which they finally let him out. And then two Navy SEALs or some, I think, Army Rangers, a father and son, actually came and got him and like fucking like secret mission him out of Japan, bro.
Yeah, I'm reading it right now. Something like they put him in a box, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, we had the same lawyer, Takashi Takano. And yo, this lawyer is the best lawyer in Japan, dog. And how I got him. So my pops at the time, he took out a student loan in my name. And I was getting the GI Bill, so my college was free anyways.
Hmm.
So he took out a student loan to pay for the lawyer because he didn't have the bread to do that shit. You know, so
How much time?
fucking
Sorry.
20 racks.
How much time did you end up doing for that first go
Uh,
round?
568 days.
Ah,
Yeah.
over what?
And you
Oh,
know what? You know what? They had to pay me $100 for every single one of them.
no, they didn't.
Yes,
No
they
way,
did.
bro.
I left with the bag
How'd that work out? How'd they have to pay you $100 for each
because
one?
it's unheard of. But in their system is if you're proven not guilty,
Mm-hmm.
they have a recompensation for you. Now, if I had been working, if they jam me up while I had a job, the second time I didn't have no job because I got fired from the first time I got locked up. They would have been 120 a day. But since I had no job, it's $100 a day, bro.
So 500 times 100, that's what, 50 grand almost, right?
56, yeah, 56
Damn.
racks.
Damn, that's almost worth it.
No, it ain't. For two
Yeah,
years?
bro.
For 2 years? I don't know. So now how far apart were your arrests though?
About 2 months.
2 months. So you got in trouble right away,
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah. The only reason I was still in the country after the first arrest is because I was married to a Japanese woman, and they're like, okay, well, you can still get a visa through that. So I just tried to do the marriage visa way, and she basically vouched for me while I was there, and I ended up getting arrested again. So it made her look even more bad. But turns out they searched me without like a legal representation, so all the evidence was thrown out.
Hmm.
Yeah,
All right.
they caught me in the middle of the streets. You know that famous thing you see about Japan? It's like a million people walking in the street.
Yes.
That's called Shibuya Crossing. That's Shibuya Crossing. That's where I got arrested at, right out
Are you
there.
talking about where that was in like Fast and Furious 3 where he was drifting through right there?
Right, yeah. It's like a
Yeah.
million people in the street, bro. I'm out there with cornrows on, baseball jersey, fucking
Sticking
just
out like
looking
a
like a young,
motherfucker, bro.
yeah, sticking out like a motherfucker, bro. Hat to the back with the braids coming, like with the baseball jersey, just chilling with the little bad bitch.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm
seen
saying?
the music video that you sent me. So
Yeah,
like that fucking I seen he was looking a little different then. That's crazy.
yeah, man. That was just a wild time in my life, bro. I was acting up, man. And I always draw attention to myself. Like I don't. That's why I don't really wear jewelry. Somehow, whenever I'm out, it's just people look at me. You know, maybe I'm just because I'm light
At,
skinned. I don't know.
at like any point did you think that you ain't gonna make it home?
Yeah, a few. I knew they was gonna slap those 2 years on top of whatever I got from this, and from this I had man, I had like a gram of tree and like two LSDs and a little bit of cocaine, the same exact drugs I got caught up with it the first time. Isn't that some shit?
So they found you
So
not
that's
guilty
two more years.
the first time. So what was the difference the second time?
No, they found me guilty the first time. They just suspended my sentence, and I was pleading guilty, so the process was a lot faster.
Hmm.
And they luckily I didn't have no baggies. They didn't find a scale. So, and I know I had a scale, but I don't even know what happened with that. But they didn't get me for no distributing shit. So they're like, you know what? 2 months, it was an in and out quick process. You're guilty. It's fast. When you go against the grain and you say you're not guilty, that's when that shit takes years because they don't hurry up to get your shit processed. Yeah.
But you just
But
got for some personal recreational usage, you got a couple years in Japan.
mhm, mhm,
Or were you
yep,
when you say trapping though, trapping means essentially that you got a little house set up and you're selling drugs out of there, or
exactly, yeah, yeah,
So you was
exactly.
making good money off of it then.
I was, bro. At that time in Japan, bro, I was pulling in about 5K a month, and it wasn't much, but that was good money to be made because the shit you can get a one bedroom apartment out there or a studio for like $300-400, a month.
I hear that there's in Japan that once somebody dies in the house, people move out of that house and they won't want to live in there anymore. And then those houses go up for sale for essentially for pennies. Is that true?
To be honest, I don't know, but I do know that these motherfuckers it's very famous for them to walk in front of moving trains. soon as they want to end it, they go right into the moving train, and then that shit happened to me like 4 or 5 times where it was a dead body under the train caught up, and we had to sit there and wait, bro, for like hours so they clean that shit up.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So the most grimiest.
Because like,
Go ahead. Sorry.
not my fault. The culture out there is it's a drink and pass out while you're in the middle of the street, bro. All full in your suit. You just got off work. You went and got drunk until you passed out right there outside the bar in the middle of the street. And they do that with all their shit, wallet, briefcase, all their shit on them. Sometimes they be curled up in a ball. Sometimes they just be all sprayed out. And that's the normal shit, bro. Can you imagine that? You know how many times I ran pockets out there and came up with like $500, $600, $700,
Just off
and
dudes
like
sleeping on the
yeah,
street.
just sleeping on the street, taking their shit. Yeah.
Damn. I mean, I would probably do the same thing too, but I'd be afraid
People be
somebody
snitching, though.
somebody knows like kung fu or some shit like.
Man, it's not like that. It's not like that, bro. Nah. Most of the Japanese, bro, I hate to say it, but they like either they suckers or they just too nice. You know what I'm saying? They're just like a nice people for the most part, bro. And like that's kind of, if you come from America or a different culture where it's like eat or get ate, that mindset, it doesn't always prevail there, but you can take advantage of them a lot. It's just how they are. They're more like they won't even play their headphones too loud next to you in the train type shit. They won't even like, they don't want to inconvenience others.
Crazy. So what's the grimiest, most sleaziest kind of dirtbag thing you've done, as far as like in Japan, out of Japan? Like, what's your
well, shit.
That's the juice.
Damn, dirtiest, grimiest shit, bro. All right, so this one time it was actually in Japan, and I still kind of regret this to this day because I didn't have to do it. This dude was just barking. He wanted somebody to fight him. He was drunk, and like he kept fucking with my man. He's like, "Fight me right now, fight me right now." And my man, we actually have a video of it if I can find it. My man's like, "Fuck you, I'm not fighting your ass." You know what I'm saying? You sit your ass down. And you know what? I got tired of the rambling. I got up. I was like, "Fight me then, fight me then." Got up, stuck him real quick. Boom. He's like, "Oh, he actually really wants to fight." He checked his nose. Boom. So he swung on me. I blocked that hole, hit him again with another right. This shit was crazy. And then he like started staggering. And then he tried to charge me. We tussled. I slammed him to the ground. And then as he's on the ground, bro, I just kicked him in his fucking face as hard as I could, bro.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's pretty grimy, right?
What happened? Did he wake up?
Nah, he was out, bro.
He was out.
He looked like he was done. He was more than done.
Did you check on him? Or I mean, you just split after that?
Nah, I didn't check on him.
You
No,
split.
I didn't check on him. I left, bro.
But you got the video.
Yeah, I think I still have it. I have to look and find
I
it.
would love to see that video, man. Like that. I mean, that's.
It
I
was
mean,
drooling blood, bro. It was fucked up.
ooh. Now, why did you feel so compelled to like punish this guy? Like just because he was talking?
It
to
was
you?
the way. It was actually it's crazy because it was the way he charged me, and like he kind of spit his blood on me too.
Mhm.
So I was in that moment. I was so fucking mad. Like, how the fuck you know what I'm saying? He tried to like, when he charged me right there, he tried to like spit his blood on me, and I slammed him. Like, I was just so mad at that. I think that's what really kicked it off. How I lost it. I was just like, fuck this dude. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know why I did that, but
And you regret it to this day, huh?
I do. It wasn't necessary, bro. And I know I probably got some bad karma for that, but I could have been worse. I could have kept kicking him or beating the fuck out of him. You know what I mean? Some people do that, but you know,
Now, your boy
that's
that
probably one of the grimy.
your boy that was there, did he ever say anything about that, or did he ever like was he ever like, "Oh, damn, you went too far," or whatever, you know, like what was his
Not really, because he don't fuck with the dude at all. And the same dude ended up getting his ass beat later on by that friend and some other people. They actually jumped him. because he was on that same dumb shit. So like
That's what
he
happens.
never really, yeah.
You played stupid games.
Yep. Stupid prizes.
But yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on and telling us, about your dirt, man. That's it takes quite a bit of uh, uh um comfort, in your. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've heard, but Tay's told a story where he's like robbing some chick, and I've told a similar,
A Dollar Tree.
you know.
Oh, let me tell you another grimy shit. So me and my other man's DJ, he was in the military with me. We was out in Tokyo, but we would have drinks with these bitches and shit, gaming them up all night, fucking with them all night, go from spot to spot with them. You know, every spot they twerking us down, kissing us, going crazy. Right around 6 a.m. when it's time to go cut up, they're like, "Oh, we gotta go." They ain't throw us no pussy. Me and this nigga was so mad, bro. He took that bitch's purse, he grabbed it as hard as he could, slung all her shit on the fucking floor. So I tried to grab this other bitch's purse, but it didn't move, bro. It didn't fucking move. Like she was, and my drunk ass, bro. I actually swang on this bitch, dog.
Damn.
But every time I swung, I kept swinging. It missed every single time, bro. By the grace of God, I was, boom, throwing these shit at her, trying to pull her purse at the same time, and it was just missed. It missed.
Wow.
It missed. Thank God, bro. As soon as as somebody called the police, I hit feet as fast as I could. Ended up throwing up and all. Fucking,
That's amazing, dude.
it was a crazy ass.
That's a grimy ass story. Yo,
Yeah.
but yeah, for real, thank God you didn't hit, because you're a military man, you know what I'm saying? Essentially.
Yeah, bro. I'm a big ass nigga. Nah, I'm not that big, but like,
no, you're big enough.
You're gonna feel it, bro.
Yeah, big enough.
Yeah, that's a woman, bro.
Yeah,
That's a
exactly.
woman. So.
Did your boy get the other chick's purse?
Yeah, he slung her whole shit across the fucking ground,
what
like
was
just like
What was inside?
threw it and like boom, huh?
What was inside of it?
Just a bunch of random shit.
No
I don't
money,
know.
no fucking.
No, nothing noticeable. That's why we were buying them shit all night. You know what I'm saying? That's why we were so pissed, because we were like, we really had both dropped like a couple $100. You know what I mean? That we didn't have to spend if we didn't know we was fucking. Because that's what
Yeah, they played
the
y'all.
whole. Yeah, they played us like some fools, and
Damn.
like niggas was just drunk and pissed, bro.
I find that a lot. Like when dudes, when they go out and they don't get pussy, the next thing they look for is a fight, and that's
Yeah.
it's I don't know, some sort of like release or some shit, whatever it is. It's kind of,
It's really the liquor, because you stop giving a fuck, and when you get pissed when you're drunk, it's just like a snowball effect. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna get ticked off at the littlest thing, the one smallest thing. If that one thing didn't do it, that next thing definitely gonna do it. Like you're gonna find an excuse to get pissed. So
Yo, and I feel like a lot of times, like if something's happening around you when you're drunk, like you get the mob mentality real quick. Like
right, yeah.
I've been at a strip club before where these motherfuckers got in a fight next to me, and I'm sitting there like, who am I about to hit? And I was like, what the fuck am I thinking? This was like just like during COVID. I was like, who am I about to hit? And I was like, wait a minute. This ain't got nothing to do with me. I just
some similar,
That shit
man.
can turn up really fast.
I was at a strip club getting a lap dance in the back, and all of a sudden I just hear like rumbling, and I'm like, what is that? Like I'm hearing this over the music in a strip club. I'm hearing over the music, and then next thing I know, out the back, like 7 bitches just all on top of each other, just like swinging like heels and people, and this rumbles out into the parking lot where bitches are getting their heads stomped, and security is just watching it. And next thing I know, this little black chick is like crawling to me, being like, help me. And I put this chick in the back seat of my car, and everyone else like fucking spouting shit and going crazy. And I've been there a few times, so like they know me, don't know me kind of thing. And I take this girl, and she's like, drive me to my boyfriend's house, and I did. And the bitch left her jacket and her phone in my car, which I took and I kept. But yeah, I did help her. But
That's
yeah,
a real story.
I mean, it was, I don't even, just sharing. But yeah, man, like yeah, that's it, man. Appreciate you coming on and telling us, and yeah.
Yeah, appreciate y'all having me, man. It's really awesome. And one thing about me and my story that I really want anybody watching this to understand is that you don't know what you can get away with until you try it, bro. Japan has a 99.9%, 99.9% fucking conviction rate if you're indicted. I was the 0.1%, bro. You know,
That's
to feel
wild.
that and know that, yeah, like just try and have faith and believe. I was in that bitch manifesting every day, no nothing, no fucking smokes, no whatever, just exercising, locking in, just on some monk shit, visualizing what it's gonna be like to go back and be, you know what I mean, back in the streets, not guilty.
What was
Do
it
you
And
think
like?
fucking
that
up so
changed?
many
Do
people's
you think
heads.
that changed the way your like outlook on life and shit? Because I know you don't seem like
Yeah.
that same dude from me hanging out with you or whatever.
Mhm.
Like you don't seem like
Mhm.
you know what I mean.
I feel like, bro, when I first came to Discord, I was fresh from Japan, like, you know what I mean? And I felt like untouchable a little bit. And like, I had to tone that down. But in a way, it's like I've never left that mindset. I've still known the power of your manifestation and what you like, what you can truly do if you lock in and like you want to see something to fruition. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You can actually like put some force behind it and like manifest that shit. That shit is really real.
The power,
Whether it's like, yeah,
the
the
power
power
of
really in,
of the will, the human's will. You know, like it.
yeah, and, and the law of attraction. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Like the law of attraction that states that what you give, you will receive. If you're giving positive vibrations every day, just feeling a certain way, you attract positive vibrations. It's like a scale at the end of the day, where you positive or negative every day. If that shit is on the positive side, you're getting more fucking positive shit. And when you visualize and you see that shit with your visualization, you know, certain emotions might evoke and you feel those while you visualize, it's tying you. It's like a little fucking, I can get into more other shit, but that's like the threads of fate and shit.
Don't ever give up hope, then, huh?
Yeah,
What was the first thing you did when you got out of um when you got out of jail?
Mickey D's up there. Their Mickey D's is tough. Their Mickey D's is the level above ours. You know what I'm
Really?
saying? Yeah. And just everything tastes so fresh. You know what I'm saying? It's just like they put so much care into it. It's really different.
Now, when you got
But
out, did you stay out there in Japan, or did you were like, I got to get the fuck back home?
so me and my shorty was working it out for a bit, and because of that case, I knew I was gonna get that money within like 6 months, right? And I also knew that I had to try and fucking figure out what I'm gonna do as far as a job. And I couldn't work over there because of the first case that I was guilty on. You know, so I couldn't teach English, and I damn sure wasn't trying to keep trapping over there. It's just way too hot. So I was like, you know what? Let me take my ass back. And I tried to bring my shorty and her daughter. She had a daughter too who was like 14. I tried to buy them both tickets to come to the States, but they got stopped in the airport because they checked her. Now this is during the Trump administration, whatever the fuck. However, the immigration shit was tough for whatever reason. They searched her phone and they said, "Oh, me and her talked about a return date. Like, don't worry about the return date. We're gonna be married," type shit in the States. And they were like, "Oh, you can't get a 90-day travel visa because you're scheming on getting," you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So some more extra shit, bro. And I'm like, what? What's the chances of that happening? I feel like that happened for a reason, but so they denied her chance to ever get a visa
Wow.
because they thought she was scheming. Yeah,
Wow. That's some shit. So they denied your right to marriage essentially because
basically, yeah.
can't you sue over
Like
that?
I could fucking just go through a process and marry her, and then like ask for like an exemption or some kind of, I forget they were telling me, but it would take years or some shit. Like it's a long process.
Hmm.
And I'm like, dog, you know, I was just in jail for that long. You know, she waited on me. I could have waited on her, low key.
Mm.
But I was fucking bitches as soon as I got back to the States, bro. It was just crazy. I'm a dog. That's one of the grimy shit I really cheated on and dragged somebody through the mud that really loved me. And that shit eats me up sometimes, bro.
You
But
still stay in contact with her
no, she don't fuck with me.
at all, huh? I see you got some in your
Yeah.
background. You got some Japanese looking inspirational. Is
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm. I got Afro Samurai up there, and I got the Great Wave. The Great Wave is one of those. iconic Japanese pictures that about to crash onto the shore. They they got hit with real tsunamis and real flooding, bro, and real fucking shit out there. So the wave is a powerful destructive force, but it's also beautiful, you know.
Yeah.
So I you know,
Well, yeah, man. I mean, that's kind of a metaphor for your trip to Japan. You know what I'm saying? It's like a powerful
yeah,
force. You know,
hmm
destructive, but it also can be beautiful too, right? It seems like that
yeah.
connection that you have
That
with
shit
it.
is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That shit is crazy.
Excellent. All right, man. Well,
Yeah,
I just like to thank you
yeah.
again, man, for coming on to the.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you
Thanks
coming
for
on to the
having me.
show.
Really appreciate y'all having me, man. It's an honor.
Sweet, man. Well, yeah. That's been Echoes from the Edge. My name is Bastout. We were here with. I'm sorry, bro. Uh,
You call me
Wavy.
Wavy. That's right,
whatever.
Wavy. Here, Wavy. Oh,
Yeah.
there's another reference to the wave. All right. Uh,
Mhm.
and Taishi.
Yo.
And thank you guys very much, and see you next week.
Yeah,
Thank
see you
you.
next week.
All right.